Welcome back to Dark Corner's Advent Calendar 2020, the United States of Horror. Today's poster pair are sequels that went in a different direction. The poster for The Return of the Living Dead had to do something that no other poster in this countdown had to do. As well as being clear on the movie that it was selling, it had to be clear what movie it wasn't selling. Here's what happened. George A. Romero and John A. Russo both wanted to make sequels to the 1968 classic Night of the Living Dead that they co-wrote, but had different ideas. They settled this with the idea that Romero's sequels would be the Dead series, starting with Dawn of the Dead, and Russo's would be the Living Dead series, so they could both go away and do what they wanted without interfering with the other's series. Russo wrote The Return of the Living Dead as a novel, which was made into a film by Dan O'Bannon, who, to further differentiate the series, introduced the idea that Night of the Living Dead was a film based on real events within the world of his film.
Why do you eat people?
Not people, brains.
So, along with everything else, the poster for Return of the Living Dead has to say, not Night of the Living Dead. I think designer Carl Ramsey nailed it. The Return of the Living Dead is a more comedic take with a rock and roll ethos, and that could not be more front and centre. Zombies with a punk attitude. But it's still horror. I really like the corpses in the background and the spectral figures beyond them. I just think it's a great poster. There's probably only one state in this countdown where you might be able to guess what film we're going with. Texas. No, but seriously. Imagine yourself back in 1986. You're a horror film fan and you've just heard that the most seminal horror film of the 1970s is getting a sequel. Maybe this was the film that got you into horror in the first place because that first death was like mind blown. And the original director is on board. If they can replicate the tension of the original, this is going to be the horror event of the year. Then you saw the poster. I can't decide if it's fiercely brave or shoot yourself in the foot insane, and that kind of goes for the movie too. We're reviewing the poster, not the movie, so two things worth saying. One, that is a poster for a horror comedy. It tells you what you're going to get. Two, it does tell you what you're going to get. Given the status of the original, they could have easily traded on that legacy to get you in the door and then dropped this completely unexpected film on you. But they were honest. Some might say they did worse things to the film's legacy than trade on it, but they were honest. And I do respect that. Thanks for watching. What are your favourite unlikely sequels and your favourite movies to come out of Kentucky and Texas? Let us know in the comments below.